Hello again, my dear friends. Welcome back to Super League Corner, the most unbiased Super League channel in internet. Uh, Today we are gonna talk about week 3 in Turkish Super League. There's still one more game to play, Antalyaspor against Denizlispor, which I'm gonna watch tonight. But we can already talk about the other games. Of course, the biggest game of the week was Galatasaray-Fenerbahce, which was played yesterday, and it was 0-0 draw. But there was still plenty of chances in the game, and many yellow cards. This time, no red cards, but it was still nice to see the first real derby of the season. So yes, the game ended 0-0. Galatasaray held more possession, but I think Fenerbahce was probably looking more dangerous. And it was good to see Fenerbahce back four playing well together. It was the second clean sheet for Fenerbahce in a row, and Ozan Tufan was making great runs. I think because of him, Galatasaray got at least 4 yellow cards. He was a bit unstoppable for them when he started his runs from own half. Um, then I think Cana Erkin was again the most creative player in Fenerbahce. He was very lively in the first half. Also did some good tackles and overall had a really good game. Galatasaray looked a bit, I don't know, maybe they were tired or probably, they were just too afraid to play against Fenerbahce like they usually are. But yes, game ended 0-0. Who else could I mention? Yes, Luis Gustavo, of course, played well again. Valencia, I think he went down a couple of times a bit too easily, but still overall okay game for him. Dennis Turun, not the fan favorite, didn't do much, couple of okay crosses, but yeah, the expectations weren't so high, so I think it went by the book in that sense. And Samatta came on in the end of the game and won all the headers. He was involved. Yes, that's about the derby. It could have been better, but it was okay to watch. And for Fenerbahce, really good to keep a clean sheet again. Of course, it's not so good that we haven't been able to score even single open play goal this season, but it's only 3 games played so far, so I think it's gonna be better. And then we can go to the other matches. The week started on Friday with the match between Fatih Karagümrük and Başakşehir. And Başakşehir lost their 3rd game in a row, which is quite surprising. I think they might have a even stronger team, or at least as strong as last season, but they are struggling now in the beginning of the season. The goals were scored for Fatih Karagümrük by Enzo Rocco. I think it was his 2nd already since the beginning of the season. So ex-Beşiktaş defender is scoring goals, and of course assisted by Mevlut Erding. So Mevlut also have 1 goal and 1 assist already. And the 2nd goal was scored by Erik Sabo. It was really beautiful shot from the edge of the box. And then on Saturday there were many games. Kayserispor, Erzurumspor won 3-1. The goals were scored by, the first one was Rashad Muhammad. It was a bit lucky one, what I saw. Just a moment, I will give some food for Weber. Yes, bit lucky goal by Rashad Muhammad. I think in the end it was it went in from his knee, and 2-0 goal was by Novi Konas from Emrah Bassan's assist. It was a goal, and then Kayserispor got a small hope after Pedro Henrique scored a penalty. But in the end, Ibrahim Sissoko scored in 90 plus 5 minutes from Gabriel Oberton's assist. So Erzurumspor also are now in the standings in 7 points. Wow, that's quite surprising. And the second game was between Göztepe and Gaziantep. It was a 2-2 draw. Mohamed Demir scored first for Gaziantep, and then Göztepe scored two goals inside 10 minutes, in 50th and 60th minute, to take 2-1 lead. But the goals were scored by Soner Aydoglu and Brown Ideya, and it looked good for Göztepe until Alexandru Maxim scored from penalty spot in extra time. So the result was 2-2. Then was again the surprise team of the season so far, Hatayspor. They were playing against Kasimpasa and won 1-0. And the goal was scored by who else than Mamed Diouf in 57th minute. It was a quite nice goal by him, and there were lots of chances especially for Hatayspor. The Kasimpasa had some chances as well, but Hatayspor looked much stronger team in this match. And then in the last match of Saturday, Trabzonspor finally got their first win of the season. They were playing against Malatyaspor, and the game ended 3-1. And their new guy, Benik Afoub, scored 2 goals. Well, they were quite good goals, I think. He was in the right place at the right time, and finishing was good. So I think he could be handful. He could be better than I thought. And then I think the most tricky player of the Super League, Vaka scored for 3-0. It was a classic goal by him. He first feinted, and the defenders were like, "Oh, where's he going?" And then he scored really plastering shot, and it was 3-0. And then in the end, Adem Büyük scored a consolidating goal in 78th minute from penalty spot. But that was quite easy match for Trabzonspor. I think one goal, Adem Büyük scored one other goal, but it was offside, I suppose. Yeah. And then on Sunday was the treat day for Super League fans, of course, because of the derby about which we already talked, but there were some other good games as well. Rizespor were playing against Alanyaspor, who had 2 wins in 2 first games, but the game ended 1-1. I think Alanyaspor had lots of chances in the beginning, especially Juan Fran's crosses were really good, and Alanyaspor could have scored a couple of goals in the beginning, but it was Mustafa Bektemek in 68th minute who scored their first goal. And they were really already probably seeing the newspapers headlines like three wins in 3 games, but then Loic Remy scored from really good assist from Fernando Boldrin. I think Boldrin dribbled past, not dribbled, but a little bit used his body as well and got past 3-4 defenders and then assisted to Loic Remy, who had to put the ball into the empty net. But it was first goal for Remy in Super League as well. And then I think the juiciest game of this week was between Konyaspor and Besiktas. Konyaspor won the game 4-1, and the game could have been, I think, 7-3, 7-4, because there were so many chances. I think Vida had the worst game I have seen from him ever, and probably one of the worst defensive performances I have actually seen. I think he was guilty for almost all the Konyaspor goals. Konya scorers were Schengelia for 1-0, Kravets 2-0, Schengelia again 3-0, Kravets 4-0, and then Gökhan scored in extra time. Besiktas only won. But Besiktas also scored two offside goals by Lajic and then I think it was Abu Bakar who looked lively. He played quite well in the game, so he can be a handful when the season goes on. And then Sivasspor, Ankara-Gucu, 0-0 draw, but the keepers were on fire in this game. It could also be like I think 3-3, but the keepers were really on fire. So now we have talked about every game so far this week. There's still the one game to play, Antalyaspor and Denizlispor. My prediction is Antalyaspor will win it, but we will see. But yes, hopefully you enjoyed, and if you have some ideas how to make this better, just let me know and just leave the comments. See you. Bye.